Hi guys, this is Brian Latta here, talking about my MIT A55 Practicum ePortfolio for my comprehensive examination. So a little bit about me and my candidate information is that I am the Site Technology Specialist for Wichita Northwest High School. I've been at Wichita Northwest for 10 years. I was a business educator and then I became the Site Technology Specialist about 6 or 7 years ago. Some of my goals for this school is for it to become a BYOD school. Right now, we have policies in place that don't allow us to use technologies that we'd like. I want this to become a Google certified school. I want Google Chromebooks to be used in this school. We don't have right now. We don't have any Google Chromebooks, and we have very few Apple iPads. And then my ultimate goal is become an assistant principal. When the technology starts to become too much for me and it moves faster than I do, I would like to move on into another role as an assistant principal. And that will require me to get a master's in school leadership. And some of the other things I'd like to do is I'd like to adopt some foster care kids. My wife and I have do emergency placement for the Wichita Children's Home, and we've had 40, 50 kids come through our house since October, and we're looking for ones that fit in with our family. And we plan on adopting a couple. Also, I'd like to donate 100 units of platelets to the American Red Cross. I'm up to 10 or 12 platelets right now, which is not a lot, but I hope to get over to the 100 um, in the next few years. I also want to recertify as a Cisco educator. I received my Cisco teacher's license or teacher certification in 2005, and it since has lapsed, so I need to recertify. Part of that recertification will help me perform goal number 5, which is teach in a foreign country. Ultimately, when my children become leave the home, my wife and I would like to move to a foreign country and kind of retire, move to a foreign country, and then still teach in a foreign country, particularly the Cisco, if Cisco's still around by then, but to teach in a foreign country. My philosophy of education all boils down really to one statement by John Dewey. It is that if we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. And if you look at history, history hasn't changed. The way we teach history has. Um, Language arts hasn't changed, but the way we teach it should. So we need to start incorporating technology into these classes to increase student engagement. And that's part of my goal through this Master's in Instructional Technology is to help teachers incorporate technology into the classroom. My resume shows that I've worked at Wichita Northwest High School. I've obtained 3 degrees, this one being the third, hopefully. Master's in a degree in accounting and a degree in secondary education business. It shows that I'm a member of National Business Education Association, and the Mountain Plains Business Education Association, and the Kansas Business Education Association. And I go to conferences every year for those to get ideas and information about technology and what we can do to incorporate into schools. My professional development plan. This was kind of interesting to do because we do them for school, but not like this. We do kind of our goals, but it doesn't take us. We don't do a lot of analyzing or looking at ourselves. The strengths and weakness portion of this professional development plan was really kind of difficult. I had to think, well, what are my strengths? Well, one of them is I'm extremely flexible. I can work on this, and then if someone comes in with something else, I can run and fix that real quick, and I can still come back and remember where I'm at and not be frustrated that I didn't get this one thing finished. Also, one of the nice things about working where I do is we have a lot of young teachers and we have a lot of old teachers. And we have a lot of people that are tech savvy and a lot of teachers that aren't tech savvy. We have students that are the same way. Some students don't have a lot of technology, and some students just are loads of technology. So I get to work with the novices, I get to work with the experts, and that's really fun. But my biggest weakness is my inability to say no. If someone comes into my room and asks me about a laptop, if I can research it for them before they buy it, I'll do it. I'll do it on my spare time. If they need a teacher for this or a sponsor for this, generally they come to me, and so I find my time stretched. But I do have 3 goals, and they kind of work themselves into this Practicum ePortfolio. As well, technology will be up to date. That's a normal one. That's one I have to have every year for my school. But one of the big ones that our school is going towards is a new communication system within our grade books and our school website to communicate with teachers, or for teachers to communicate with parents and students. So that's one of my goals. And then just bringing more technology into the school, whether it's Google Chromebooks, or allowing more technology into the school, whether it's through its BYOD program. and then my methods and strategies you can see there. So my goals again are to become a BYOD school, at least a pilot school for the district, and it's also to change the way we buy laptops. We buy laptops in bulk through Dell. They're $900 to $1,200. We usually get 60 to 80 a year. You do the math, $60 to $100,000 we spend on laptops and technology just to keep them current. And part of my goal is I would like to see the school bring in Google Chromebooks instead of the Dell laptops or instead of the Apple iPads. And then there's also my Article 3 shows that there's Microsoft is getting into the cheap Chromebook type market. So Article 1 is about a bring your own device policy and how to make your school a bring your own device school. And Article 2 is about, like I said, Chromebooks. And Article 3 is about how well, Article 2 is interesting because it talks about how Apple cornered the market for tablets in the classroom. But Google Chromebooks is now creeping in on their marketing, stealing their thunder, so to speak, because they do have keyboards and they do allow you to use a mouse, and they can do a lot of this thing. They do all the things that a Dell, a regular laptop, can do for a third of the price. And then, like I said, Article 3 is about how Microsoft is seeing their market being taken by Apple, and then their market also being taken by Google, two of their biggest competitors. So they have incorporated or created a $149 laptop to compete in those markets. And then I did some presentations. So on April 20th, I have a presentation to do for my school. Well, part of this program for this Master's in Instructional Technology, one of the things it's done for me that's not in the portfolio but I need to share is that it made me realize and think that we don't have a technology, or we didn't have a technology committee, and we really didn't have a technology plan for the school. So one of the things that we did, in talking with an assistant principal that works here, Miss Stacy Steffes Sundquist, is that we talked and we realized we don't have anybody besides me as a sounding board for technology. We really needed a committee to kind of help me out. So we've created a technology committee, and we've written a technology plan, or we're in the process of writing a technology plan. So, but one of the things that committee has done is we've convinced the principal that in our April 20th in-service that we needed to do a technology session where students or where staff gets to participate in 6 out of 10 sessions of things that they like, of things that they fit, and it'll help them see what's out there in technology and bring it into their classroom. So part of that is this year-end shutdown procedure, this Google presentation that I did, that it shows it answers a lot of the questions that people ask me as the year winds down, like what do I do with this technology? It also explains that we're getting new phones, we're going through voice over IP phones. It also talks about grade books at the end of the year, how we have to export them a certain way. We have to export the grade book as a PDF. That way, if parents have questions about why their student received this grade and challenge it after the rollover in July, we can still have an argument, or we still have the data necessary to show that this is why their grade is the way it is. It also has information in there about what happens if you're leaving Northwest or staying at Northwest, or what information that you have on the G drives or H drives that don't really belong there. So it walks them through all that. And then our School Fusion setup. So every staff member, with our new School Fusion pages, every staff member gets a class website, or gets a website for each class, and that School Fusion Prezi walks them through how to create a class website. We're going to use this on April 20th as well. One of my colleagues is going to walk through with the staff this School Fusion website, and at the end of the Prezi, the last slide tells them that they need to create next year's class website. So they need to go in there and look at all the tools and apps that are available on a School Fusion page and create it. And then finally, the third one is as a online presentation website called eMaze. eMaze is really cool. It makes it look like an art gallery, really, is what I used. But it has a lot of great presentation software out there. I'll show you this one. I'm using this one next the 21st, Tuesday the 21st. I have a presentation, a group meeting for parents and students that want to enroll in a service learning tour. So this website's pretty neat. It didn't take me any longer to create this as it would a Prezi or a Google Slide. I can incorporate videos, pictures, so it kind of, I'm going to use it a lot now. This way I can send it over email to different people, and they don't have to have all the files and stuff like they would for a presentation, and they don't need my password where I don't have to share it with them. So anyway, that's the eMaze. It's really pretty neat. And then one of the things I'm most proud of is videos of me providing training. So the first one that I did is the middle one, where I taught Wix to special ed students. So in an hour and 20-minute classroom, I walked through teaching. I walked through. I taught special education students of junior history class how to make a Prezi presentation instead of using PowerPoint.
Yeah, I have to record this for a class, just like you guys are in a class.
And it was really fun. It was great to get back in the classroom. And at the end, I wish I could show this to you. If you get a chance, watch it and just listen to the last minute or so, where the students talk about, the difference between the PowerPoint presentation and the Prezi presentation. And then what they say in the beginning about PowerPoint presentation. They say, we've done it 100 times. It's no longer fun. It's no longer neat. It's no longer interesting. And then when they make their Wix, these kids that, frankly don't care about school and wouldn't be there unless they had to be there, love it. And this kid named DeMarquez requested that, he put in Google Images, and he went above and beyond, and he wanted to share it with the students. And then he wanted his URL so he could take it home and share it with people. So he loved it, and it was an awesome day. And then Synergy class websites. So next semester, our school is going to, all of our staff members will have to use these Synergy. Synergy is our gradebook system, and inside of that, they'll have class websites where they can put messages to students and parents, and they can also put all of the assignment details and links to assignments. It's a website, but not really. It's just kind of a resource bank for parents to go get information quickly. So if they if the students have a report due on grizzly bears, all of the rubrics there, the assignments there, everything that they need to complete that assignment is on that website. And then, so that's the Synergy class website. And so I walked through staff members how to create that. And on April 20th, there'll be one staff member that's showing that to each group that comes through. And then we have, it's Jeff Darr, and he was a pilot teacher for that. And I show off his website in the video. And then the third video is the one that was our choice to teach to parents or peers or students. I taught it to a group of seniors, so they don't get to use Student View, but if they were here next year, they would. So they're the student leaders. So there were 7 of them in the class. There's supposed to be 10 that showed up. 7 showed up, and I walked them through Student View and what Student View is, and then how to create a Student View account. And then those students are going to go to their advocacy classes where they're at, because they're each in a group with 19 freshmen. So they're going to show the freshmen how to create Student View accounts. And then this video I'll also show to the staff, and then the staff can show that to their class, and those students can create. But what's really fascinating about this is the students that were involved in the Student View account making process loved going into the class and teaching those students. So it was a really positive experience. And then some of my extra resources. So I focused on things with blended learning. Again, Google Apps and BYOD for my YouTube videos. My articles were, what are those best districts doing? And then the BYOD again. And then I'm into project-based learning. That's one of my loves, my passions, is project-based learning. And then I went for online professional development plans. I had to go out and research what a real professional development plan looks like instead of the ones that we offer here at Northwest High School. And then finally, we had to do a reflection for the portfolio, and it talks about what we thought of it. This portfolio, Practicum portfolio, was tough for me because I didn't have a great feel of what I was supposed to be doing or where I was supposed to be going. But as we started processing this, and I got to kind of take the lessons, the things that we were supposed to be doing for him, and I was able to apply it for what I was doing in the school, it all blended perfectly. So I hope you get a chance to go through my portfolio and watch some of the videos and look at some of the presentations we made, because I think it does accurately reflect what I've learned in the last 15 months during my